Hey guys, how's it going? Today, in this video, we're going to be looking at DDoS attacks, or denial of service attacks. So, let's get started. Okay, so like I just said, we are going to be going over denial of service attacks. So, these attacks are usually done by botnets, but I will explain that a little bit later. So, in this video, we are going to be going over what is DDoS, the bandwidth attacks, symptoms of DDoS, SYN flood attacks, and splashing attacks. So let's dive in. So let's first talk about what a DOS attack is. So a denial of service DOS attack is a computer or network that reduces, restricts, or prevents legitimate users from its resources. In a DOS attack, attackers flood a victim's system with non-legitimate service requests or traffic to overload its resources. In a bandwidth attack, malicious traffic consumes all the available bandwidth. Okay, now since we know a little bit about bandwidth and DOS, we can talk about DDoS. So a distributed denial of service attack, or DDoS, consists of multiple compromised systems attacking a single target, thereby causing a denial of service for that targeted system. To launch a DDoS attack, an attacker needs to use a botnet to attack a single system. So they need to use a whole bunch of computers to attack a single computer. So if we look at this animation right here, we can see the attacker is sending the DDoS attack to the handler, and then the handler is telling the botnet and all the zombies to send these requests to the victim's IP address. And then the victim's IP will overload and it won't be able to do whatever job it was trying to do. Alright, the symptoms of a DDoS attack are the unavailability of a particular website, inability to access a website, incremental in receiving spams, and unusually slow network performance. So all of these are symptoms of a DDoS attack. So now let's look at the SYN flood attack. So TCP has a three-way handshake, and host A sends to host B receives and locates resources, host B sends and acknowledge, host A sends and acknowledge, and then host B sends and acknowledge back. So TCP has a three-way handshake. Then we go over and we see the actual SYN flood attack happen. So SYN flooding takes advantage of a flaw in how most hosts implement the TCP three-way handshake. When host B receives the SYN request from host A, it must keep track of the partially opened connection in listen queue for at least 75 seconds. A malicious host can exploit the small size of the listen queue by sending multiple SYN requests to the host, but never replying to the SYN acknowledge. So the victim's listen queue is quickly filled up, and this ability of removing a host from the network for at least 75 seconds can be used for DOS attacks or DDoS attacks. So splashing is a PDOS, also known as splashing, so it's a permanent DOS. So it can be used to attack So let's now go over plashing. So plashing, or PDOS, is a permanent DDoS, and this causes irreversible damage to the system, and it is likely done because of sabotage reasons or things like that. So when you don't want your user ever going back onto the system. So one way these PDOS attacks are carried out is fooling your victims to believe that there is a new hardware update, and then when they try to install the hardware update, that install is actually a malicious package that will brick their system and allow them never to get back online again. Something that does this is the USB killer, and it has been known to fry systems in any number of seconds. So when you plug this in, it will instantly fry that system in a couple seconds and render it unusable. So this is a quick way to carry out a PDOS attack. So that's it for this video. Just a quick animated visual of a DDoS attack. So hope this helped you out, and thanks for watching.